Video says Dr. Umar has responded to Charlie Kirk. All right, now we've been waiting with bated breath, waiting for Dr. Umar to say something. All right, so let's see what he got to say.
I don't care who did not like the fact that I said black people have no business mocking the death of anybody. I'm not mocking the death of my enemy. I'm not mocking the death of my opponent. I'm not mocking the death of a snow bunny hopper. I will never do that. Because there's something.
Let's stop right there. And what have I always said? Okay, I'm serious. I'm not even joking. What have I always said? Dr. Umar works for the FBI. Every time something happens where black people should stand up, Dr. Umar is always against them. I always say that. Which shows me that he's an FBI agent. He's somehow a plan. Now, I'm not saying we should make fun of somebody's death, no. But when I see a black person at a time like this, when black people are being told to celebrate and praise a man that only meant for our demise, who 365 days a year spoke against us. When I see black folks saying, y'all need to stop saying stuff, y'all need to be quiet. And I say that's ridiculous. We should be quiet. If anything, we should be open and now open up our mouths and stand up. And black folks have been saying, y'all need to stop talking. To see Dr. Umar, the guy who says who himself is a racist, mind you, himself is a clear racist. All right. For him now, this time, to stand up and say, we need to be quiet. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. A guy who does all kind of crimes in open, right in front of everybody. Yet for some reason, he's never arrested. I mean, they can't get their fingers on the guy for some odd reason. Let's just continue.
Called integrity. There's something called character. There's something called morale. There's something called...
He said there's something called morale. I mean, don't I call Dr. Umar the grift that keeps on grifting, the gift that keeps on giving? I'll tell you, I mean, my brother, he's like a gold mine for a person like me. And you know what? And I could go through all his videos. I mean, he said there's something called integrity, something called morale. A lot of y'all know nothing about that. Even though I've been scamming y'all for over 10, 15 years. Even though I've been calling black people basically jigaboos and all kind of stuff. I've been calling y'all niggas and all kind of words over and over again because y'all didn't give me enough money. Then when I took the money from y'all, when I got the money from y'all, I used it to have sex all across the world with black mothers that I told I was going to take care of their children, of which I did not do. That I was going to teach their children, which I did not do, never have, and never will. But now I'm going to sit here and tell y'all something called integrity. It's something called being a good person, something that y'all don't know nothing about. Let's continue.
Called grace. There's something called spirituality. I'm not doing it.
I like the way he said spirituality, okay? Because he stands, I'm not even going to say Dr. Umar doesn't stand anywhere or he believes in. He believes in the worship of the ancestors. And he believes in what's called divination. If you actually study and watch what he does. Okay, that's why he's found many times with animal entrails, animal insides, okay, their guts that he carries with him. All right. But when he speaks, he always is very, very vague. He acts like he believes in everything. One day he's talking about the Islamic faith. One day he's talking about Christianity. One day he's talking about however he can slide in. That's how the government wants him to be. He has to be a uniform of belief system. He has to believe in everything and everybody so that everybody can believe in his scam.
I don't have to celebrate him. I ain't got to memorialize him. I'm damn sure not going to canonize him and deify him, but I'm damn sure not going to mock the death of anybody. And whoever don't like it, you don't like it. One thing you need to understand about me, I don't care what you...
That's right. We know that. We know that you don't... That's something we already understand. Now, I'm going to say this also. I have to say this. When people come out and they start with, listen, you guys need to stop mocking this death. My first question is this. What exactly are you talking about? Because some people see us talking about Charlie Kirk's death in a negative way. I mean, talking about him, I should say, in a negative way after his death. They see that as mocking him. While others are specifically talking about people laugh. Some people have actually came out and said, you know, how he died, like stuff like that, okay? Which, of course, is not right to laugh. Even though I can see somebody actually doing it, sometimes you can bring out upon yourself, which I think that he most definitely did. When you're making fun of people, when you make fun of a man who literally was killed because a cop had his knee on his neck and he said, I can't breathe. That's what Charlie Kirk did. And he said the man was on drugs. And Charlie Kirk literally mocked the man's death. So now when someone to mock his death, is it right to mock his death? No, but he brought it upon himself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. So what I'm saying is I'm not promoting that, but I can see why people would do that. Now let's see what does Dr. Umar do? He starts by saying, basically, don't mock my friend. That's what he's really saying to y'all. This is my colleague. Don't mock my friend. All right. This stuff is real. Let's continue.
Think about me. The reason I'm the #1 black scholar on the planet Earth, the most requested on the university campus, the most popular on 7 continents, is I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you think. I am not mocking the death of anybody. Period.
See what I mean? He does not, like I said, if you're going to say mock his death in this type of instance, you have to bring clarity on what you're talking about. And Dr. Umar knows all about clarity, but he's not doing it. And you know what that means? That tells me that what he's actually, and this is serious, what I'm saying, I'm not even joking here at all. What he's actually saying is this: don't talk negatively about Charlie Kirk. If you hear anybody say, don't mock him, and you yourself are not mocking him, if you're saying, he died, blah, 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 that's one thing. But if you're not saying that, as a whole, black people are not saying that. Okay, black people are saying this man was a racist, this man was evil, XYZ. He was what's called a Christian nationalist, which I made videos on my page telling people that's not a Christian. Okay, they believe this, the term nationalist, all right there to let you know that they believe that they're pro-America or whatever nation that they're in. They believe that their nation is fully righteous, and therefore their nation should be almost worshipped. Okay, this is what Hitler brought. Okay, he brought nationalism. What he said was nationalism for Germany. Okay, and that's how they were able to do all that kind of stuff and take on people's lives. Okay, not just Jews, they took all kind of people's lives. People from all different type of races, they killed a whole bunch of folks. And that's what so-called Christian nationalists want to do, which is they want to give me, so no, you don't. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. A lot of those guys walking around, they're racist, but they're closeted racist because they cannot show that they're KKK members and racists out in the open to get YouTube clicks. Okay, I make money off YouTube also, not a lot, but I make money off YouTube also. And I understand if you talk that way, you won't get any clicks. Okay, it could be a difference between you making $100 a month or you making $100,000 a month. Seriously, I'm not even exaggerating. Folks making much more money on YouTube than you will realize. Charlie Kirk made a lot of money off YouTube. A lot. He was probably making, that dude was probably making over 200 or more a month. Okay, $1,000 a month. He probably making much more than that. Maybe $1 million every single month. But I'm telling you, this on a low ball looking at his view counts. All right, those guys knew that they had to skate in a certain way. All right, so when you look at, well, in other words, they know how to speak a certain way. But anybody can look at them and see they obviously were racist. They obviously were closeted racist. Okay. You can look at their language when he says things like when Charlie Kirk came out and this is just like what Dr. Umar is saying right here, for example, right? Charlie Kirk came out and he said he had a video where he said, "Look, I'm not even gonna pull up. I'm just gonna say it. It's on my page if you want to look for it." He said, "Look, he's in his car and he starts the video by saying, look, people are saying." Happy Juneteenth, happy Juneteenth. And then he says, it should not be a federal holiday. I'm on my way to work. And then he just ends the video just like that. True story. Just like the interview, just like that. And I've had conversations with black folks who said, he wasn't a racist. Show me how. Show me how. And then I said, oh, look at that video right there. And you know what some of them said? They said, oh, well, you know, I don't know necessarily didn't really like Juneteenth either myself. I mean, Juneteenth, you know, we don't really need it, do we? And I said, if I came, okay, in front of a Jewish community, all right, and I made a video and I said, we need to remove Yom Kippur, whatever Jewish holiday there was, and somebody before that said that I was anti-Jewish, wouldn't you immediately think that I was anti-Jewish? If I said remove one of the only Jewish holidays that Americans celebrate, I would say yes, you would think that I was anti-Jewish. You would think I was anti-Semitic. But when a white guy who's accused of being racist comes out with no context and says, look, we need to remove this one holiday that shows that black people have been liberated. He says we need to remove it as a federal holiday with no context. It's not like he said remove all the holidays. You're not going to understand him saying something like that. I don't think if he said we have too many holidays, remove all these holidays, and he named like 10 of them, all their kind of that were celebrated for all their kind of races, then he would have a point there. Okay, then like I said, when I say, okay, that points to he's racist. But the fact that he would started that way, lets me know what he is. Amongst all the other videos that he made, for example, saying that systematic racism doesn't exist, and saying that Martin Luther King, of course, was off, which is what he also said. Okay. So of course Charlie Kirk is racist. Okay, we can see that. But you see that Charlie Kirk made that video that I was just talking about, as I just mentioned, with no context. He started the video, said no Juneteenth, ended it. What did Dr. Umar do? He's starting this video saying we need to stop mocking this man's death without any context about what he's really talking about when he says the word mock. And I'm saying this because Dr. Umar knows that the extreme right, okay, the right wing, and these so-called Christian nationalists, they are calling us speaking about Charlie Kirk's death as a mockery. When we're saying he's a racist, they're calling that mockery. Dr. Umar knows that. So he knows that he needs to clarify what he's talking about when he says mockery, but he doesn't do that. And the reason why he doesn't do that is because that's what he really means. He means what the right white mean, which is that I don't want y'all talking negatively about him. And the reason why he's saying that is because Charlie Kirk is his buddy, essentially. And what he was doing, both of them came to destroy black people. I'm going to say it 3 times just like he does. Both of them are coming to destroy black people. One more time. Both of them came or are coming to destroy and deceive black people. That's what Dr. Umar is sent for. That's the reason why Dr. Umar is not behind bars. That's the reason why Dr. Umar can continue to push a scam school. All right. I saw a video, I was thinking about doing a video and I may even do it, where it was like last year, he had this young beautiful black couple touring his school. All right. I don't think anyone online pulled it up yet. I'm gonna probably do a video on that. And they're touring his school, and you can see him talking all nice to them, and the school looks nice. But it does, and I realized immediately it doesn't look nice because he fixed it up. It looks nice because that's how the school was originally. And I saw that he really didn't do anything to the school except for maybe paint a wall here and there. But you can see that everything that was done, it was already done. And Dr. Umar was like, we have this, we have that, and he couldn't. But if it was something that he did, he would immediately mention it. But it was not much that he could mention because he did almost nothing to the school. Parts of the ceiling were out and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, how long is this going to go on, Dr. Umar? And the kids looking at the school, and of course they're like college age, so they really don't know. They really have been alive that long to maybe understand how he's a scammer, to understand people like him and recognize his type. So they're just in awe of the school. Oh wow, look at this school. Okay, and he's walking around like, yeah, I got this and I got that. This is gonna be this is gonna be that, and it's all a lie. It's all a scam. And he got that couple because he wanted to use them as part of his scam. And they're looking at him like, wow, you're such an educator. No. He's a scam artist. And he uses foolish black folks and uninformed black folks to push his scams. Just as Charlie Kirk used uninformed black folks to push his lie, which is that black folks are not experiencing racism, which is that black folks' holidays should be removed, which is that black folks, the laws to promote black folks, laws that have been put in place to help black people, such as the Civil Rights Act laws, okay, which allow us to do all kind of things, like be treated like human beings. The laws that have been put in place that allow us to vote and all these different things. Charlie Kirk spent the majority of 2024 trying to remove those laws. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, we went on a tirade trying to remove those laws. Now, how does Dr. Umar start his video? We should not be mocking the man. We should not be mocking the man. All right. Dr. Umar, understand, is a smart individual. He's a scammer for sure. But he's also, you have to actually be smart to be a scammer, like he is. Also got to say that, okay? He is a smart individual. He understands without a shadow of a doubt that he needs to give context when he says mocking, but he's not, and it's because he wants to. What he's trying to do is he's trying to give you he's speaking with double speech. All right, like I say, he's like a snake. He has a split tongue. All right, he's saying on the one side, don't mock him because that's wrong. All right, but he's not giving context. So on the other side, he's also saying don't speak ill of him at all. And that's the exact same thing that the extreme right is doing. They're doing the exact same thing. That's the same thing his supporters are doing. They're saying, don't mock him. They keep on saying, don't mock him, don't mock him, don't mock him, don't mock him, don't mock him. All right. Well, what are you talking about? All right. Because they changed the narrative. Just like, for example, I said it before on this channel, it's like with Colin Kaepernick. When Colin Kaepernick came out and he took a knee and was kicked out of the NFL for doing that. All right. And he did it to promote black people and to say, look, we were being killed unarmed and all kind of stuff. You know what Donald Trump and them did? They came and they said, you are mocking the flag, which he was not doing. And they changed the narrative to something else. It caused this man to lose his job. So now he's like 38 years old and can't go back into the NFL. Okay, literally took this man's job from him. It was because of a lie that Donald Trump and these extreme right people put on this man because they cannot stand the fact that he would try to represent black folks in the NFL. Okay, in a positive way like that. They cannot stand that he would try to say that racism actually exists. All right. But they keep him out the NFL by creating a lie about what he was doing and trying to change the narrative. And a lie worked. Okay. And it's the same thing right here with this man's passing. They're trying to change the narrative of what we're saying. They're saying this man was racist and say, you guys are mocking his death. You guys, because you're talking ill of him after he died. Give him a little bit of time. Let's praise him right now. Let us praise this evil man right now. And after months have passed, then you can come on out and call him a racist. No, right now at his death, we're going to call him a racist. Okay. While he's breathing his final breath, I'm going to stand and say, look, this man was an evil man. Once again, while he's breathing his final breath, I will sit there and say, it's a shame that this man had to die like that. But if you want me to praise him, he was an evil man. Okay. Just as if my slave master, okay, beat me for years and passed away, or so one of his enemies came and took his life, like here with Charlie Kirk, I would not be sitting there saying, Master died. Oh, my Lord. Master died. He beat me real bad. He tore my back up so bad. Oh, Master, he took my wife from me also, man. He embarrassed me in front of all the men. But Master died. He was a PDF file, but, Master, he took all my children from me. He was a PDF file, but Master died. I'm going to cry for man. No, I would not be doing that. But y'all want us to cry over Charlie Kirk. And I believe that Dr. Umar also wants us to cry over Charlie Kirk because that's his buddy. Let's continue.
I don't know what is wrong with you. Listen, no disrespect to the Rainbow Nation. No disrespect, but Rainbow Nation, I'm going to need you to keep your army off my page. No disrespect. Do you? But I'm sick and tired of y'all trying to force your way of life on other people.
Sometimes I look at Dr. Umar and I think to myself, does this man even have a heart? You know what I mean? Does he even have a soul? For you to come out and he's saying, I'm sick and tired of that. I don't believe that any Dr. Umar says is really from his heart because he's an actor. I do believe that he's racist and he's hateful. But he'll come out and just be acting. And I think to myself, there's no checking your spirit at any time, Dr. Umar, to say to yourself, how long is this going to last? How long is this going to continue? How long am I going to do this? You know what I mean? How long am I going to come out here and lie to folks and scam? I mean, how long will I allow this to continue? If you got the FBI deal, they said, listen, we want you to act this way and do this thing, or we will lock your black behind up. Does it ever come to his mind, you know what? I'd rather be locked up than to live a life where I am destroying and tearing down and scamming my own people. I really wonder, does that ever come into his mind?
I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I love you. But I do not condone, nor will I ever, the way that you live. To each his own. To each his own, but don't bring the shit to me. That's all. If you're not a Pan-Africanist, I'm not going to bring it to you, right? Muslims don't bring their doctrine to the Christians because Christians don't want to hear it. Christians don't bring their doctrine to the Muslims because the Muslims don't want to hear it. Those of us who belong to the traditional African romantic society.
What he's saying right there is actually untrue. And I live in the same city that Dr. Umar is from. When it comes to Christians and Muslims, that's not true at all, Dr. Umar. But that's what he would love to have. Okay, that's what the government would love to have for us, just to be separate. Okay, I'm a street preacher. And oftentimes I speak to Muslims. I have all kind of conversations with Muslims, and I have Muslim friends. Okay, but yeah, we talk about the religion oftentimes. So what are you talking about, Dr. Umar? Just like you bring this Pan-African stuff to us, and we don't want to hear. You bring your scams to us, and we don't want to hear. All right, what are you talking about? He's saying basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to bring again a double message, which is that you believe what you want to believe, and you keep it right there. All right. Which goes what? It actually goes back to, now he's talking to the trans community now. Okay, supposedly. So what is he really saying? He's bringing that back and connected that back to Charlie Kirk. All right. And I can break Dr. Umar down like this because I'm a speaker just like Dr. Umar. Only difference is I'm not an actor like he is. Okay. And I go out every week and speak on the streets in the city and all across the tri-state and even New York City. All right. So I look at Dr. Umar. I can look at a person like him, a type like him, and easily see who he really is, a scammer and a fake and a phony. All right. Dr. Umar is really trying to say, by saying that, what he's really trying to say is, look, don't even try to as people would say, evangelize people into understanding to understanding that Charlie Kirk really was a super racist. All right, and he's basically saying, look, keep what you believe in, what you know about Charlie Kirk to yourself. All right. Now I know that, I'm not a trans advocate, but even I know that they were not championing and saying, look, we need to come against Charlie Kirk right now after his death. But he's acting like that's what they were doing. No, anywhere. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Why would you bring them up out of nowhere? Okay. But it's because that's not the message. He's using them as a tool to push his true message, which is that he doesn't want people to be trying to preach against anything, especially Charlie Kirk, which is what he started the conversation with. Let's continue.
Those of us who belong to the traditional African romantic society, we don't want to entertain it. We don't want to talk about it. We never going to condone it. So just move on with your life. Just move on with your life. We're not trying to fight you. We can't stop you. We live in America. This is Rainbow Central. Just leave us the hell alone. And stop trying to equate your struggle with the black struggle. Stop that.
Also, you notice how he keeps on saying rainbow, 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 which is disrespectful to them. Even though they do hold the rainbow as a symbol, the way he's speaking about them is disrespectful for sure. Which I think is funny. If you're trying to address somebody, you don't disrespect somebody. You don't address somebody, with disrespect, and then say, I'm trying to address you respectfully. You know what I mean? I can't go to a white person and say, hey, cracker, I want you to respect me, cracker. Or a white person come to me and say, yo, nigga, listen, nigga, I'm trying to talk to you civilly, nigga. I would say, well, number one, stop calling me a nigga. That would help. You understand? And he's continually calling him the rainbow, rainbow, rainbow over and over again. And then sitting there blinking his eyes as if he's trying to be, so we should take him serious. Why would we do that? All right. And as if, I mean by that, what I'm saying is that why would we take him serious at all? In anything that he said, why would we believe what he's saying? I don't. Do you? I hopefully don't. Hopefully you don't. And he's saying this, and he's coming in this way because he's trying to make black people now sympathize with him. All right. He started with the Charlie Kirk. Now he's trying to say, look, y'all, can't we all agree on this? Don't y'all agree that a lot of these trans folks, that they love to try to push their agenda on us? Oh, y'all agree with that? Good. So y'all also should agree with what I just said. Okay? Remember what I just said about Charlie Kirk and how I don't want y'all to talk bad about the guy? Well, let's talk about something that y'all all agree with. That way I can swing back around and make y'all believe me even more. And this is how Dr. Umar manipulates these college kids on these college campuses day after day after day by doing that same trick. By coming with something that you agree with and then swinging back to something that you don't agree with. Let's continue.
Stop that. Fighting for the right to engage in non-traditional romantic relations has nothing to do with black people fighting for the right to be black. I'm going to say it again. I don't care who don't like it. Fighting for the right to engage in non-traditional relations ain't got nothing to do with black people's right, and fight for the right to exist. Fight for the right to exist. See, let me tell you what we're going to do at the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. I saw Negroes.
My question is, where is you at? Every time I turn around and see this guy in a car, I'm like, where is you at? You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Was laughing at us when they thought the school was going to be sold. I saw you ninjas. They was on YouTube celebrating our demise. They was on YouTube having a block party. Dr. Umar about to lose his schools. What kind of a Negro will laugh at something like that when we have so few schools, independent schools, to educate our children? Y'all was laughing.
Understand what he says here. He says laughing. It's like he said mockery. Just like with his buddy Charlie Kirk. We're mocking him supposedly. All right. No one was laughing at you trying to scam folks, Dr. Umar. No one was laughing at your school being about to be sold in a sheriff's cell. What we were doing is exposing the fact that your school is about to be sold in a sheriff's cell. Okay. Take all your big time enemies, okay, from Lennon Honors, okay, to lesser known ones, anti-Afro Svengali, okay, to other folks, even me. I've been telling people who I was a fraud for years, but not on, but little like here and there on YouTube and on other platforms, but not like none of them guys. All right, those people in Philly, we already know this guy is a scammer, but so I didn't really to do too much when it comes to people I was talking to here. They all know that. People here know that he's funny, but we also know that he's a scammer. We wouldn't send this dude no money. All right. But he's saying, y'all said it, you guys were sitting there laughing at my demise. The same type of speech that he brought with the Charlie Kirk thing. And in both of them, he's wrong. Not only that, and it's not an accident that he's wrong. He's intentionally trying to lie. He's trying to lie here. Okay. See, because this is how a liar speaks. They validate another lie by bringing you another lie. All right. He's trying to validate us. He's trying to validate the argument of us not talking ill of Charlie Kirk by saying, look, you same niggas, okay, you same ninjas, whatever he wants to say, were the same ones who were celebrating me possibly losing my school. No, we were exposing it. You don't like that, Dr. Umar. That's what it was. Just like we exposed Charlie Kirk as being a racist. All right. The exact same thing. So what's your problem? Let's continue.
Celebrating, clapping, praying on my demise. Well, guess what, you dusty, struggle streaming ass bums?
Dusty, struggle streaming bums? That's what you can call us? I'm definitely get to the comment section. This is on King Kong Consciousness. So the comment section, I'm sure, gonna be blown up. We definitely gonna check this video. We already at 26 minutes. This may be a long video, y'all. So if y'all watching this, you need to pause this. Make sure you come on back later. Make sure you also hit the like button if you can help this little small YouTube channel out. And subscribe if you like what we do on this channel. We talk about, people like Dr. Umar, they expose them on this channel. We talk about God and subjects, things that help people. That's what we do on this channel. All right, let's continue.
Guess what? You gonna laughing, celebrating, clapping, praying on my demise. Well, guess what, you dusty, struggle streaming ass bums? Guess what? You're gonna have to do a whole lot more than that if you want to take down King Kong consciousness. You better come a whole lot harder than that if you want to take down me. Iron Man Ifatunde. Iron Man Ifatunde. They was laughing, brothers and sisters. They was.
You can be behind them iron bars talking about some Iron Man Ifatunde. You can be taking this little cup and you can be just knocking it against those bars, and they're gonna be saying the FBI did was sweet, wasn't it, Dr. Umar? Yes, it was. Yeah, but you see, Dr. Umar, they told you not to talk about that subject, and you did. Why did you do that? You could have been a free man. I mean, why did you mention that? Why did you go off script, Dr. Umar? Now you in jail. There's nothing we can do. And he'll be behind the bars talking about something. I'm Iron Man Ifatunde. I am Iron Man Ifatunde. They'll say, Dr. Umar, why don't you shut up? Let's continue.
Carrying on. Oh, he gonna lose the school. Y'all gonna lose all your donations. Yada, 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 yada. Bum ass ninjas. I saw one chick with a blind weave in her damn head talking down on my school. Man, you got lice and maggots in your damn head with that blind weave. Skin deep, dark, beautiful chocolate with a blind weave. Look like some kind of lightning bug or some shit. Look like a damn lightning bug. Black skin with a blind weave. You look like a damn lightning bug. Keep your damn mouth shut on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
As you can see here, I'm going on Dr. Umar. As you can see, Dr. Umar is very racist. He racist against his own people, ain't he? I mean, against his own sisters, he very racist. All right. Like, for example, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Me personally, as a black man, all right, and I've been with different types of women. Okay, I can tell you right now, most men would rather go with a woman that has natural hair than a woman that has a bunch of weave in her hair. But do I go around or will I come online and make fun of black women for having a weave in their hair? No. I would not do that. I would not call her any kind of name because of that. I understand, though I'm not a woman, even I can understand that sometimes women need to just throw a wig on or put a weave in because it can be hard sometimes. Okay? My old girlfriend would always say, I'm going to take this hair hat off. I'm going to put this hair hat on. Okay? Sometimes they need to do that. All right. Other races is a little easier for them. Dr. Umar has no sympathy for black women at all, which is funny because they are the main ones. They've been the main ones who have been sending this Negro money. You know, I'm gonna give them the respect that he don't deserve. They've been the main ones sending this man money. Okay, they've been the main ones sending this man money. They've been the main ones who he's been sleeping with across the world, taking advantage of them. Remember that woman, the conscious stripper? Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look her up online. Her name, I forget her real name on YouTube, but you type in conscious stripper, you'll see what I'm talking about. Another black woman that Umar took advantage of. Or this lady recently, I think her name is Lene Stacks, if I'm not mistaken, when she goes by online. Another woman who he said, I'm going to help you and your son. All right. That's literally what he told her. I think she was from Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. One of those places, and Dr. Umar took advantage of her. All right. Slept with her a few times. And they made a video on this very channel, King Kong Consciousness, where he literally said, he started the video by saying that she was just good to have sex with. And that's all that she was. And that's not how he said it. He said it in a much more graphic way, but I'm not going to do that on my channel and say how he said it. But as you can see, he can't stand a lot of black folks. He's the perfect person to be an FBI plan, which is why I call him in, not in a joking manner, but in a serious manner. This is why I said I believe 100% that Dr. Umar is the FBI plan. All right. Some of y'all may think that can't be real. Oh, yes, it can be real. Yes, it can be that the FBI can say, remember, somebody said that they were with Dr. Umar. A woman was with Dr. Umar. She said she's with him, and she saw he had FBI papers on a desk in her house, and he moved them away when she came to look at it. All right. Yes, a person like Dr. Umar, a man who actually changed his name, had an official name change done, okay, which a lot of times people do because they want to hide their past. That's a whole other thing to go into. All right. This same man who has been scamming for years, who's been lying for years. All right. This same man, for some reason, is never arrested. Even though me, in the past month and a half or so, just started making videos exposing this guy, and there's a lot of folks that were doing this before me, and I found a ton of stuff that even some of them didn't find. I was early on stuff that even they didn't get to. And I'm new to the game when it comes to talking about Dr. Umar like this. All right, so I can do that. You think the FBI can't do that? See what I'm saying? Like, for example, I'll give you an example, right? When everybody was saying that Dr. Umar, had his account frozen, and it even fooled me. I then saw a video, which nobody else on YouTube brought up. I found a video where he was actually establishing that lie. And he actually said, look, y'all, I think my accounts are going to be hacked possibly by who we call Pastor Bussy, Lynn Honor, and his old girlfriend, Lene Stacks. He actually mentioned them in the video months before and said they may try to hack my account. And I found out when online put a video up, which maybe got a couple thousand views, saying, look, this even proved that he was lying. All right. And nobody else even noticed that. And I'm a small YouTuber with like 3,000 subscribers. The reason why I'm saying it is not to boast, but to say that if I can find that, you think FBI couldn't find stuff on this man? Yes, they can. But they did, but they're not trying because he's working with them. That's why. That's why he's able to do all this kind of stuff. That's why he keeps saying you can't take down Iron Man E5 Tunde. Of course they can, because you got that FBI deal. That's why. All right. That's why. That's why you're able to do these things. But in time, when you serve your usefulness and usefulness is no longer useful, he'll be behind bars, or he may not be alive anymore. And I'm not even exaggerating. That's how they work. But when they present Dr. Umar with the deal of getting locked up for 25 years or coming out and continuing to do what you do, why would you want me to continue? No, we just want you to continue saying what you're saying, Dr. Umar. We love your message. I mean, we really love the way you just make sure you keep on doing it. make sure, Dr. Umar, that you keep on bringing it like you're bringing it. All right. Don't change your message either. Don't change it. We're going to give you some time. Keep on, but if you stop, understand, if you stop Dr. Umar, we're going to have to lock you up. I mean, we really will. We're going to have to lock you up for what you do. But if you keep on going out there and being an inspiration like you are to the black community, Dr. Umar, you're going to be free. You're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. Let's continue.
See, I just been sitting back watching. Oh, yes. Clap back will be crazy. The clap back will be crazy.
So just for a quick recap, all right, I'm trying to let my brother talk, all right, But this is a reaction video, so I have to talk myself, or my video could be taken down or claimed by him. All right. Just for a quick recap. Some months ago, you came out and lied and said that your accounts were frozen. That was a lie. That was a lie that you put out to prepare for the fact that your school is about to be taken, and for you to be able to say, I can't access the money to fight against the sheriff's cell because my accounts have been frozen and the money, all the money that's been given by donors is now locked up. All right, so you put that strategic lie out there to protect if the schools were actually sold in the sheriff's sale. Around that exact same time, Dr. Umar also came out, I think he was in Newark, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken, and said that it started to talk about another school in fear that the school may actually be taken. Okay, so he establishes now another scam. You may say, well, he wouldn't do that. Yes, he would, because you have to understand, FDMG Academy is actually his second school scam. He had another school that he also was trying to get before that he was scamming with. All right, so it wouldn't be the first time that he switched schools up. Okay, now Dr. Umar, at the date we're right now, I think we're in what is it, September 26th, I believe, 2025. Dr. Umar is sitting there saying the clapback will be crazy, even though you yourself came out and on WURD admitted, out of your own mouth admitted that you had to get a deal, you work out a deal just to get the what you call it, to get the state of Delaware off of your behind. Okay, you had to work out a deal to get them off of your behind, and you yourself in that video, if you watch the video with WRD, he actually says in the video that he mentioned basically the woman giving him some kind of special deal to knock off fees. All right. And he said the woman didn't want to do it XYZ, and he said he was mad at her for that. Okay. And he started to complain. And that was Dr. Umar actually being real at that moment. Not meaning he was actually being real to the brother, I forget the guy's name, Father David, whatever his name was. He actually was complaining, all right, that he couldn't get that deal. And I said in my video reviewing, I said, you should have over $1 million of donor money available at this point, Dr. Umar. Even though you spent $400-something grand on that school, supposedly, you should still have at least a million or so left over. Why would you be complaining about getting a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s knocked off? The reason is in such a way as you are. The reason is because Dr. Umar is broke. That's why. He didn't have the money. That's why. He stole the money. As I said 3 times in a row, and I'm going to say it 3 times now. He stole the money. But he has the audacity to come on this video, tell black folks to not speak ill at all of Charlie Kirk, which is exactly what he's doing. Okay. And then sit in a dark car, giving out no information about how the school will be real and what he's already done. Let's continue.
I know what my purpose in life is. You got to find and fulfill yours. I know what my purpose in life is. You got to find and fulfill yours. If you live in Philadelphia, I'm going to be speaking briefly today at Thomas Jefferson University Alumni Hall. If you need to see me for a minute, if you need to have a conversation with the Prince real quick, I will be speaking at Thomas Jefferson Alumni Hall on the decriminalization of marijuana. It's a free event. Pull up today. The conference is already happening right now.
I'd have pulled up, and sorry about that ad too, y'all. I'd have pulled up if I knew that was going on, but this is an old video. I'm sure that's already over. But I also think that Dr. Umar didn't want his detractors, as he would call them, to pull up. That's why he's mentioning this while it's going on. But let's continue.
It's already happening right now. 1020 Locust Street, Center City, Philadelphia. 1020 Locust Street, Center City, Philadelphia. 1020 Locust, Negropeans, bunny hoppers, pretendians, come on through. Come to the Thomas Jefferson Alumni Hall, 1020 Locust.
So you really wanted to meet your detractors by telling them about an event you were going to be at the very moment that it was happening. That really shows that he's King Kong conscious. It really shows that he's that dude, that he's that guy, that you would tell your enemies to come meet you at an event while it's going on. Let's continue though.
Street. We trying to decriminalize marijuana. today. We trying to decriminalize marijuana. Livingstone College, send the invitation. Livingstone College, you want me there? Send the invitation. Prince.
Now what you're saying is you want to come, you need that money. Please, can y'all help me out? And going back to what I just said also, people got jobs, Umar. People working. If you want us to show up and debate you, set something up. How about this? If you really are King Kong consciousness, okay, Iron Man Ifatunde, as you call yourself now. How about this? Set up a debate somewhere where people that want to debate you can just come and debate you. All right? Because that's something that I could do myself. Or I could debate anybody. I've been doing that for years. All right? But Dr. Umar cannot do that. He's not one of the great debaters as he wants you to feel like he is. He's not a great debater. He comes online and with no one, he comes online and without any pushback, makes videos attacking his detractors and those that are exposing him. Then he puts them on what he calls the block party, where he blocks them so they can't say anything anymore. Why? Because he can't stand people that are able to show that he is a con man. All right. There are plenty of videos of Dr. Umar saying, I'm putting you in the block party. I made a video this the other day when he was in the school, or so-called school, okay? And someone made a comment on a live, and you heard him say, I'm putting you in a block party. Okay? And now he's sitting there trying to use reverse psychology on this school so he can go there and get some more funds.
Of Pan-Africanism at gmail.com. We spell Africa with a K. Make sure you spell Africa with a K. Prince of Pan-Africanism at gmail.com. But I saw them laughing at us, hoping the school would be lost. I never thought when I started the FDMG campaign, that black people would try to make fun of our setbacks and shortcomings. I never knew that. But guess what? I don't care.
I like how he tries to frame this setbacks and shortcomings. Everybody can have a setback and a shortcoming. Everybody can have a setback regarding their school. As I've said before on this channel, I went to a school in Philadelphia, okay, that started in a thrift store. And I went to the school, it was in the back of a thrift store. So I know all about schools being broke and having to come up to where that school is now, where the school is in a mansion that has to expand with other buildings. I've seen it with my own eyes, okay? I've seen all of that. So even though I come on here and talk about Dr. Umar, how he lies, I'm not just a YouTubian struggle streamer, as he likes to call us. Not only am I a speaker just like him, only I'm not like him, all right? And I actually speak more than him, all right? Publicly, I've been doing this stuff since 2011, all right? Speaking publicly on the streets and in different places. Also, I can tell you this, that, and I've been doing it more valuable for sure than him, but I can also tell you that I've come from a school like the one he alleges should be real, a school that taught us about, in Philly, that's taught us about our black history, all right? They went out of their way to take us out of the hood at times. At least once a year, we would leave the hood for a whole week. Okay, the school I went to, they would take us to different states, all right, and to give the kids a different vision of the world, all right? So without, and they barely had any money at all. They started, like I said, in the back of a thrift store. They said, we're going to get this done, whatever way possible, we're going to find a way to get it done. The reason I went to the school is because my mom was actually shopping at the thrift store. And the husband of the principal said, look, we got a school. I think she must have had me with her, okay, as a child. And that's how I started going to that school. And that was been the best school. That was the best school I went to in my entire life. Most of the kids at that school are doing something with their life. Most of them. Okay. And the principal was so loving that she knows literally all the kids' names. She could look at any child who went to the school and know their name. Okay. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. She knows my name and she knows our birthdays. I don't know if she knows everybody's birthday, but she knows my birthday. Okay. It's been plenty of times when I was growing up and I saw her around the time of my birthday. And she would say, is your birthday coming up? Winston, is your birthday coming up? I was like, how do you know that? And it was thousands of kids that went to that school, okay? That's what a person that has real love and is really born to start a school does. Dr. Umar is not a man that has been born to start a school. He's a scammer using his school as a part of his scam. It's a prop for his scam. All right? And so I don't care what y'all think. As he sits there and looks at you in his phone, blinking his eyes, turning his head left and right, which is something that he does to say, I'm so tired of having it say over and over again. These different micro scammy moves that he makes, which is what they are, when he blinks his eyes, stares at you like he's looking at the sun, squints at you as if he's looking at the sun, okay, says things 3 times, stops and acts like he's thinking when he's thinking about another lie he's about to tell you. All these different scam tactics that he does, okay, young folks look at that and say, wow, he's so smart. Wow. And it's very similar to his friend, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk also was an actor, okay, he also was an actor who would come out there at the young age of whatever, 20, whatever he was. But if you look at Charlie Kirk, you can see that he used to come out there and use a voice as if he was a grown man. He would sit there, fold his arms. When somebody would ask him a question that he had the answer for, Charlie Kirk would sit there and fold his arms and frown up his face, okay, and speak with a real masculine voice, so that those 19-year-olds that he was talking to, when he was 10 years older than them, would be, oh my goodness, he's so smart. And all of this is an act that anybody that actually knows about this stuff can clearly see. And Dr. Umar does the exact same thing. That's why, in my opinion, he was probably a Charlie Kirk fan. But let's continue.
I'm going to keep on pushing because my ancestors deserve better. Our children deserve better. Those who are proud to be members of the Black African race. My work is only to proud members of the Black African race. I don't know why we got anti-Africans worrying about FDMG. FDMG ain't for you or your kids. Let me say that again.
Right, Dr. Umar, we so busy worrying about FDMG. Because, of course, if we don't want to go there, we don't want to send our children there, why should we be worrying about it? Maybe it's because you're scamming the people that actually do want to send their kids there. You're scamming them, you've been scamming them for years. Maybe it's because you realize that you are a scammer who's been lying, and in this instance has actually stolen all the donation money. And actually admitted that on a radio interview with the people of WURD here in Philly. Actually admitted that you stole the money. And now are coming out on a video. And instead of you saying, I want to apologize for stealing y'all money, I want to apologize for mismanaging the millions of dollars that I've received. I want to apologize for doing that. Okay, let's come together and actually make this school a reality. Instead of him saying that, he's sitting in a car, telling black folks to stop talking about that, stop talking about Charlie Kirk in an ill way, in a bad way. And then he starts to again go in the attack against black women in there, and then them having to wear wigs and weaves. And people will look at him like he's some type of great speaker, when he literally is standing in front of you and has stolen millions of dollars from us. Not $100, not $20, millions of dollars, with no shame, no apology. And this is the reason why we on his behind. This is the reason why I make videos. This is the reason why I go online and see, and from time to time, what is this scammer doing? How can I expose him? Because he has over 1 million followers on Instagram, and people are still listening to him. And people come on my videos many times and put comments up saying, people know he's a scammer. No, they don't know he's a scammer. You know he's a scammer. They don't know he's a scammer. These 19-year-olds, these 20-year-olds, don't believe me, go on TikTok. Type it out to Umar. Watch all the videos that pop up of kids making videos from his videos and joking and memes and all kind of jokes and stuff from his videos. They don't understand this man's a scammer. They think that he is actually real, but he's also funny. We're telling you, no, he is funny, but he's actually a scammer. He's not real. He has a real school that he purchased with real money, but the rest of the millions of dollars of real money that he's received, he's taking that money and smoked it away. Okay, he sexed it away. Yes, he's actually done both of those. Okay, maybe he gambled it away. We don't know, but the money is gone. Like the people say online, and rightfully so, FDMG, the money gone. One of my favorite new songs also right now on a FDMG scam records is FDMG Family, the Money Gone. That's one of my favorite songs, okay? But we not going into that right now. That's one of my favorite songs, all right? Let's continue, though.
Anti-Africans, FDMG ain't for you or your kids. You ain't from Africa, FDMG ain't for you or your kids.
Dr. Umar, you are anti-African. What you talking about?
Send them to the white man's school. FDMG is for the children of proud members. FDMG is for the children of proud members of the Black African race. This is not for pretendians. This is not for indigenous Negroes who didn't come from Africa. This is not for none of you. This is not for Asiatics. This is for proud members of the Black African race. If you are not a proud member of the Black African race, nothing I do is for you. Nothing. So why are you speaking?
This reminds me when Dr. Umar was on Lord Jamar. And Lord Jamar was trying to send a guy that he was trying to have Dr. Umar connect with I believe his father-in-law, all right, to help his school. This is like maybe 6-something years ago. And I remember Dr. Umar responded by saying, I know people that own schools. I know people that own schools, my brother. And he was saying, yeah, well, why wouldn't you work with them to help you? And he said, I know, and he said, I know people that own schools. He said, Lord Jamar said, look, Dr. Umar, you are an educator, but it's a difference between being an educator and actually knowing how to create an entire school and all the systems that go along with it. And there are many. And Dr. Umar just ignored him, okay, and argued with him. With Rod Digger and who else was on that radio broadcast, just ignored it and laughed at him. And here we are, 2025 years later, and the school is still not up. The school was literally a hair away from being sold. And Umar knows that. That's why he was at that meeting in Newark, New Jersey, I believe, talking about I found another school. I'm looking at another school. Let's continue.
On me, I don't speak on y'all. I know why. Because I'm the most relevant thing in black consciousness. I am the center. I am the sun. I am the Leo sun around which everyone and everything else must revolve. That's why my name is always in somebody's mouth. They got videos out said I was arrested by the FBI. There are YouTube videos.
It is videos that say that. I ain't gonna lie. And I actually saw something like I knew they was fake, but those videos they're a little premature. While we apologize, those videos it ain't time yet for that to happen. I mean, FBI, your deal is still valid. Let's look at some of these comments though, real quick. Hold on, let me see what you got.
Videos out put out by struggle streamers. You got videos on YouTube talking about I was arrested by the FBI. Brothers and sisters, did y'all hear that?
Let's stop. Let's look at these comments, y'all. Let's look at these comments. Break silence on the missing donation. Because the joint is called Dr. Umar breaks his silence on Charlie Kirk. Break silence on the missing donations. Let's look at some of these replies. You beat me. You beat me to it. He spent $117,000 on zebra cakes. Because he do love them zebra cakes. I ain't gonna lie, zebra cakes is good. I ain't gonna front. I mean, shoot, I ain't have them in years, but zebra cakes are good. They used to be good, at least when I was a kid. You eat some of them, you can't be overweight to keep eating them. They ain't good for you, but they is good. I ain't gonna lie. Right on time. Pure ignorance. How are the donations missing? Was the campus free? Oh, I think this is a Umar supporter, y'all. Pure ignorance. How are the donations missing? Was the campus free? Not a building, but a campus. Were the renovations free? Even, every step of process has been documented. Or are you just infatuated with him? You must be part of that rainbow group. I'm sure he appreciates you supporting his videos by watching and comments. And I want you guys to understand, I'm sure this person is Dr. Umar himself or his burner account, or is one of his buddies. Let's look at this comment and break it down, okay? We here for, I think we almost had an hour. It's a long video, y'all. But I had to go in on it. I had to let Dr. Umar speak his piece. I had to let Dr. Umar say what he needed to say. Get it off his chest. It was just boiling up in him for such a long time. He couldn't just sit back and watch his black folks just keep on talking. Don't it really remind you of one of those house Negroes that you would see in slavery time? Just in the house watching, like, look at these Negroes out here working those fields. Look at them out there as I'm sitting inside in this, with this woman fanning me down. Yeah, look at those Negroes working all hard. Look at Jeff over there with his foot all sweaty. Look at them. I'm in the house. I'm a house Negro. I'm going to just step out on the porch. Hey, y'all Negroes. Hey, y'all. Look at y'all. Look at y'all niggas. Yeah. Keep on working. Keep on working. Keep on working. Come work in the house. Or I'm coming in the house because I want to come inside. I'm not being told. I'm coming in because I want to come inside. That's what Dr. Umar reminded me of. One of those type of house Negroes. Let's break this down, though. Pure ignorance. How are the donations missing? Well, let's look into it. The school cost about 400-something grand. Okay? Dr. Umar even admitted years ago, many years ago, that he raised over $1 million. Over $1 million. In actuality, if you look at the money that he's made and also for traveling and from donations, he's actually raised millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Okay, millions of dollars. All right. Every month he has people sending him money. He's going on tours. Think about it. Even your low-level rapper, I want you guys to, even an idiot can understand this, okay? Think about a low-level rapper, okay? Because Dr. Umar is almost like them in a way, okay? Because he tours around the world. Even a low-level rapper, if they can go around the world, which costs money, as Dr. Umar does, and have people sending them money, as Dr. Umar does, okay, they have people essentially buying their, paying for their streams, all right? He goes places, he goes to places to speak where you have to pay to get in, all right? So he has people paying to see him. He has people sending him money, all right? He has a variety of income streams. He also has, I want you to understand, Dr. Umar has thousands of dollars, not hundreds of dollars. He's had probably to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars coming to him, okay, just from online alone, from the views he's put up. Just recently, Dr. Umar came out and said, I have all millions of people watching me on Instagram on these platforms. I got all this money, this and that. That's what he was saying. So when you say, oh, well, we're talking about donations missing. Well, he's had a lot of money donated to him. But the school only costs $400,000. Even your low-level rapper, they're making more than, okay, if they're doing all that he was doing, and they do much, and many times, in this instance, he makes more than them. They pulling at least $1 million. School costs $400,000. Once again, the school costs $400,000, but he's pulling in millions of dollars, which means, and now mind you, this is not money that's sent Dr. Umar for him to live. This is money sent Dr. Umar for the school. So therefore, when people say, "Where's the money at?" FDMG family, the money's gone. All right. When people are saying these things, they're not just snide jokes and remarks to mock him. They are true words, sometimes brought in a comedic way, and also he's the king of funny, to show that he's scamming, that he's lying, that he's stolen the millions of, not $100, not $20, not $60, no, millions of dollars from the black community. And there's no way you cannot see that. There's no way you cannot see that. He's taking that money, and you may say, well, how you know he stole the money? Because the school was about to be sold in a sheriff's cell, and he himself even admitted that. When he should have had $1 million to throw at those bills, that 37, or I think it was near 70 grand that was owed. He should have been able to reach into that pot of donations that was given for the school, and bam, oh, now the person saying here, was the campus free? Okay, $400 grand, not a building, but a campus where the renovation's free. So now he's going to try to use the renovation cost. It costs money to renovate the school. The only problem, the school is still not fixed. Well, Dr. Umar has had the HVAC done. Does it cost $1 million, my brothers and my sisters, to put HVAC in a school when it was a campus? No, it's two different buildings. That's what it is. There are simply two different buildings. It does not cost $1 million to put HVAC in two different buildings. All right? Simple as that. I literally just saw on Facebook Marketplace just the other day a building. It was a huge building. I think it was it was somewhere in Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. A huge building for $1.4 million that could have been a school. A beautiful building. I mean, a beautiful looking building. So if that building cost $1.4 million and it was like maybe 7, 8 story, it was a huge, actually it was not 7, it was probably like 10 story. It was a high building. And real nice. They were selling it for $1.7 million, okay? Or I think 1.4, okay? So they're selling it for 1.4, right? The whole building as a whole. And the building was ready to go. If they can sell that, why would you think that HVAC will cost, or those small renovations they supposedly had will cost $1 million? Understand? He's lying. He stole the money. The school is still not ready yet. The school is still not ready for people to go into. On top of the fact, he has no board, which you have to have in a variety of things for a school to even exist. The only board that Umar has are the boards that are on the windows, the boards that are on the doors. He has stolen the money. He has stolen the money. FDMG family, the money gone. The money gone. Let's continue reading this foolish comment here. Every step of the process has been documented. Has it been? Has it been documented? Remember, Dr. Umar is the same guy that says, if you don't give us any money, you don't even know what's going on. If you ain't a donor, it's really not my responsibility to tell you anything. All right? And it has not been documented. When Dr. Umar paints, a wall, he may tell you he's painting a wall. But when he's actually spending money, is he coming out sending y'all monthly reports of what's been spent? No, he's not doing that. He's not doing it. Let's continue. You must be part of the rainbow community. I'm sure he appreciates you supporting his videos by watching and commenting. Let's go back. No more is mocking his death. We just don't give a blank about him. I think he's trying to say no one. Okay. Let's keep on going. It wasn't your fight, Umar. All you had to do was keep your dang on mouth shut. He couldn't have kept his mouth shut because he's part of that community of the FBI and all of them, and that's why he's a plant. That's why he had to open his mouth and talk about it to help get the black people in line, which is what he's paid, and the reason why he's not in prison is so that he can keep us in line. That's the reason why he's around. You may say Dr. Umar doesn't have great influence. No, he has a great influence on these young 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and 21-year-olds that are in college that watch Dr. Umar. He has great influence on them. Biggest scammer alive, talking about integrity. Absolutely. Look at the replies to that. Who we scam? A lot of folks. That's probably Dr. Umar, other scammer burner account. Get off Umar Johnson. You still yet still you follow him around any chance you get. Why are you then watching his videos? Because these are still Dr. Umar supporters, which prove once again that people still are deceived by him. Let's continue. We're not celebrating, but we're definitely not saying RIP. Absolutely. Once again, so we're not celebrating, but we're definitely not saying RIP. And that's what they're telling us to do. We want y'all to say, rest in peace, hero. Because he was a hero, wasn't he? As he was trying to tear down our hero, Martin Luther King. He's definitely a hero. I mean, the way he came out and said that Dr. Martin Luther King was awful, which is what Charlie Kirk said, which I show on my page. I have a video on my page that actually says that in the thumbnail. Okay, watch that video if you haven't seen it. The way he said that our hero, and a hero for many black people, Dr. Martin Luther King, who was a hero to those trash workers, I believe in Atlanta, when he came and fought with them and helped them get rights. He was a hero to them and many people that needed help. And many people today, black people today, that have received many rights because of him. And Charlie Kirk came out and with no trepidation said, look, this man was awful. This man was awful. As a talking point, because Charlie Kirk went to pull down the Civil Rights Bill, Civil Rights Acts, okay? So he had to come out and speak against Martin Luther King. When before, Charlie Kirk actually said that Dr. Martin Luther King was a cool guy. But as he wanted to do his new thing, he changed his tune. He had no problem making fun of an assassinated pastor, an assassinated reverend. He had no problem doing that, Charlie Kirk did, okay? But we can't talk against a super racist young YouTuber named Charlie Kirk. We can't speak anything ill of him, can we? As black folks, we got to keep our mouth shut, Dr. Umar. That's what we're supposed to do, right? That's what Dr. Umar is telling you to do. He's saying, be quiet and allow us to continue to scam y'all. Allow us to continue to pillage y'all communities. Let's continue. This man went into hiding and came back to defend a white man. Newsflash, Umar, you do not have a school, let alone schools. Let's keep on going. Dr. Umar talking about Charlie Kirk is because he is trying to please and stay on side and on board with white supremacy. See what I mean? They are his employer and he is an agent. Dr. Umar has turned into the king with no clothes. Absolutely. We're going to stop right there, y'all. Oh, one more comment. Remember, everybody, FDMG is opening in September. That's what he said. I want to thank you for watching, y'all. If you watch this video to the end, God bless you. Peace.